Hey guys, I'm back here with another video on how to show you guys how to play Morterra. Like I ended off the last video saying, so we completed a bit of this base, and so now what we're going to do is try to find a horse to trap in this base so that I can ride the horse and mount the horse, and then it'll make the game a lot easier. So first we got to just travel around the map. I use the mini map in the top right corner just to see. You can see the different type of entities that exist on the map. And so I know earlier there was a horse somewhere in this direction, so I'm going to start off walking over here. Boom. So there's one right there. And you can see on the mini map a yellow dot. And so that just represents that there's an animal. So what I'm going to do is animals will run away from you if you get too close. So each animal has their own speed and their own distance that they'll run away from you from. But once the animal gets stuck, they'll pretty much give up and just stop running. So what you want to do is find the animal, know what direction you want it to run in, and then run at it in that direction, and then it will run away from you towards that direction. So what you want to do is, since I've kind of built a little horseshoe, I can guide it over to be in front of the horseshoe, and then I can run it to where it runs into the horseshoe, and hopefully it'll get stuck, and then I can get on and ride it around. So we're looking like we're pretty close to where we can do that. I want to make sure I'm facing it correctly. So, yeah, it looks like I need to send it a little bit this way first, yeah. Alright, so yeah, it'll be, the base is about that way with the horseshoe. So I'm going to run around like this, and then make sure I'm facing the horseshoe. Alright, and then I'll run towards the horse, and hopefully it'll run straight in there. I think it might have just barely missed. Yep, it just barely missed. So what I'm going to do, there's another horse right here actually. So I'm going to try to take another shot at this one before I run over there and try to redirect that one. So you can kind of see on the map where it's at and where you're trying to get it to go. So I'll just send this one this way. Hopefully, I'm just going to let this one kind of go that way, and hopefully it stops right before my base, and it'll be a lot easier for me to make a better guess at where to aim it. So I'm thinking this way is probably the best right here. Yep, so that's right. Alright, so now I got this one trapped. So now that it's stuck, it's going to stop running from me. So I can just walk up to it, and then I can press E on it to mount it. So now I got a horse. Now this makes running a lot faster. So gathering resources, traveling around the map, this is going to be way more efficient. So, and I can do pretty much everything that I could do off of a horse. I'm just a little bit taller now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off my base and get my walls up, and then I'll show you guys, the next few things that you can do. So one thing after I do get this base kind of up and going is I'm gonna need 2 doors really for a horse, because a horse is pretty wide. So generally I would just walk through this, but with a horse, and if there's a spike right there, it's gonna be kind of hard to get through. So what I'm actually gonna do is go find another large log, make another door, and then make a little double door. That way my horse can fit through pretty easily, because I don't really want to, now that I'm on this, I really don't want to get off anytime soon. Here's a large log. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to cut down some large oak trees just so I have some wood. Now that I'm on a horse, it's a lot easier to go through and just pick out the large trees and only cut those down, because you can get a large inventory of large logs pretty quickly on a horse. So yeah, now I got a few of these. I'm not going to just fill up my inventory completely, but if I see them on the way back to my base, I'll go ahead and pick them up. But yeah, so now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and craft another door. Ideally, again, like I said, I'd make a metal door, but this isn't going to be my permanent base, because eventually I'm going to want metal walls protecting me. So yeah, now that I've put that up, and then let me put up the rest of these wood walls. Oh, I need a knife. So here, let me go. I'm going to go get some small ore, and then I'll craft a few knives. And some. I can use the small ore as well for the lock that I need. So I'm gonna need flint as well, so I'll go ahead and pick through some rubble, see if I can get some. Yeah, one of the easiest ways to do this is just clear out your toolbar as much as possible, and then just sort through the rubble as much as possible. So I just found a flint, so I'm gonna head back over here, create a fire. And then smelt down this ore. So I'm gonna make a I'll make a titanium knife, that way I don't have to make knives very often, and then I'll go ahead and craft up those locks that I need. So I'll make a couple, that way I can lock up another chest, because I'm going to end up needing more chest space here in a minute. So I'll go ahead and place that down. Alright, so now that I got that locked up, I'm going to go ahead and craft the rest of these log spikes. Try to finish up this base. Yeah, so this is kind of annoying because it doesn't fit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is actually cut down a smaller one and craft a smaller spike for it. Boom. So now the base is locked up. I can fit through with my horse. Everything's going good. But now the one thing that sucks about my base is every time I go to do something, I'm going to need to, you know, just deposit everything into these chests. So if I go on a mining trip and get a bunch of ore, I'm just going to fill up these chests pretty quickly. And then every time I need something, I'm going to have to come in here and, you know, dig it out of the chest. So the next step really in your life cycle would be to build a base with a foundry in it. So I'm going to, the first thing that you need for a foundry is some cement mix. So I'm going to go ahead and gather some cement mix. So the first thing is you need sand and you need lime. And then in order to craft it, you need an alchemy table. So we're gonna get rolling on that. The way that you find the sand and the lime that you need for the foundry is just searching through this rubble. You can also find sand in the ponds, but it's a lot slower. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these tools out of my toolbar. I'll just keep a couple in here in case I decide I want to mine something or anything. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna search through a lot of rubble. And then I'll just drop it all as I go. But you can find sand and lime in this, so I need 2 sand and 1 lime. I'm gonna need another sand because I'll need glass in order to make the alchemy table. So yeah, it's pretty rare, but with a horse you can really speed through and look through a lot of rubble quickly. So yeah, probably what I'll do is I'm just going to continue searching through the rubble off video, and then I'll start back up when I have found 2 sand and 1 lime, and then that way you don't have to sit here and watch me because it's a little bit rare. It's a little bit of a process, and so yeah, I'll just pick back up whenever I found it. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.